We start out tonight with that major breaking story today. The Panthers have fired head coach Ron Rivera. The team making that announcement on Twitter this afternoon.
And of course, Coach Rivera in the middle of his 9th season with the team, but also in the middle of a 4-game losing streak. Now we have live team coverage for you tonight, breaking down the reaction from both the team and the fans.
Let's start off with our sports director, Phil Orban, who spoke to some current players who told him they can't believe this happened.
Yeah, and there was a sense from conversations that I had that David Tepper was not going to make a move with Ron Rivera in the middle of the season. Those conversations, though, happening before maybe the worst loss in the Ron Rivera era here with the Carolina Panthers. It was a not even that close 8-point loss to a dreadful Washington team that was the breaking point for David Tepper, who had laid his cards on the table not 2 weeks prior, telling assembled media mediocrity would not be tolerated. There were several times that leaders in the locker room said effort wasn't the issue during this losing streak, it was execution, but that became harder to sell after a second home loss to a 2-win team. Rivera has always been a player's coach, though, fiercely loyal to his guys, and they remain supportive. One current player told me he was shocked, but, quote, "It's not my job to say if he deserved it or not, but I will definitely miss him as a coach. His attitude through the wins or losses was always positive. He always showed belief in his players. Hate that we couldn't get it done for him." Another said, quote, "He was a great man and coach. I definitely learned a lot from him on how to be a man on and off the field. Because of him, I approach life and work much differently. He taught me 3 things I can control: your inner ape, attitude, preparation, and effort." And the Panthers just posted a video online with David Tepper allowing him to explain why he made the decision now.
You know, as much respect as I have for Ron, I think a change was appropriate to build things the way I want things to be built.
And I'm headed inside right now to talk to David Tepper on camera. We'll have those comments just as soon as I get out of that meeting. Also ahead at 6:25, our Panthers game day contributor Joe Person just talked with David Tepper, and he will join us live. For now, back to you.
All right, Phil, thank you for that update and that reaction from some of the players on the team. Of course, Ron Rivera was named the team's 4th head coach in 2011. And during his time, he made the playoffs 4 times with the team, including the division titles, and of course, that magical run to the Super Bowl for the 2015 season. And he did even more.
Yeah, finishing with a 79-67-1 record with the team, the winningest coach in Panthers team history. But after those 4 straight losses, again, David Tepper saying today he was forced to make a change.
And we want to turn now to our Deshaun Brown, who's been covering the team all season for us. I know, Deshaun, you've had to speak with some of the fans. What's their reaction tonight?
Yeah, one fan told me that his wife actually sent him a text as soon as she found out what happened. So this is certainly news that's resonating with a lot of people right now. I can't say, though, that fans are especially shocked, at least not on the business side. The Panthers just dropped 4 games in a row, including Sunday. And then, of course, near the end of last season, they went on another losing stretch. So we heard from a lot of fans who felt like it might be time for a change. But I got to tell you, we also heard from a lot of people who have respect for Ron Rivera, the person, his community service, how he conducted himself. But quite a few fans said perhaps now is the right time to move on.
I mean, I don't think it's too surprising, especially with, the new owner and everything. So it's not shocking to me.
I thought Rivera was a good dude. I think his time coaching, it was kind of up. So it was time for a change. So, yeah, I support him moving on.
And that really has been the sentiment for fans who've gotten to know Coach Rivera for nearly the last decade. There is that desire to win and to win consistently. But again, quite a few said that they respect him, but feel like now may be the time to move on. Back to you guys.
All right, Deshaun, thank you. So Rivera, of course, having a wide impact on the team and in our community.
Of course, and a lot of people were reacting today on the radio on WFNZ. Former Panthers wide receiver Steve Smith had this reaction.
I was like, what's going on? Then I started and I was like, whoa. So, hey, happens.
Yeah, Steve knows it happens. Same thing happened with him. Now, we will continue to follow this major breaking story. We'll bring you whatever Panthers owner tells David Tepper tells our Phil Orban as soon as that happens, he's supposed to talk to the media. For the latest information on the story, you'll want to head to our WSOC News app.